straighter than you were a second ago? Close your eyes. Just shut out all the external world. Bring your awareness to your breath. And just breathe. Relax, but keep an alert mind. Close your eyes. Relax. Breathe. Notice your breath. Breathe naturally through your nostrils. We're going to start with the Mangala Charana. If you can't read yet, just listen, because pre-writing and books, everyone learned by just listening. Did you understand that? Okay. Okay, ready? Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savatutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vidamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktarinda Nitai Namine Che Namirhate Shadamulyena Pite Chere Nitai Namine Che Namirhate Shadamulyena Pite Chere Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna 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 Hare. All you. Hare Krishna, 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 Hey. Krishna, 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 Rakshama. Krishna, 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 Pahima. Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Pahima. Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Pahima. Krishna Keshava, Pahima. Now, I want everyone to look up into the sky and put your arms up in the air as high as you can and call out for Krishna on 3. You just say Krishna. 1, 2, 3. Krishna! Okay, that was all right. It was a C- though. We want to try to get to a B+, okay? Now, it has to come from the heart. It's not the volume. It's how you feel helpless. And remember, Krishna is our protector. Krishna is our maintainer. And life's hard because we're struggling in a material world where we're swimming upstream. We're being assaulted at every minute by the environment. So we need Krishna's help, right? Say yes. So now put your hands up, put your face to the sky. And now from your heart, call out Krishna. 1, 2, 3. Krishna! Okay, now we're going to read from Krishna book. While attempting to write this book, Krishna, let me first offer my respectful obeisances unto my spiritual master, Om Vishnupad 108, Shri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada. Then let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the Ocean of Mercy, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna himself, appearing in the role of a devotee, just to distribute the highest principles of devotional service. Lord Chaitanya began his preaching from the country known as Gauda Desh. From where? West Bengal. And as I belong to the Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, I must therefore offer my respectful obeisances to the disciplic succession of that time. This Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya is also known as the Brahma Sampradaya because the disciplic succession originally began from Brahma instructed the sage Narada, Narada instructed Vyasadeva, and Vyasadeva instructed Madhva, Madhva Muni or Madhvacharya. Sri Madhavendra Puri, the originator of the Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, was a sannyasi renunciate who belonged to the Madhva Acharya disciplic succession. He had many renowned disciples such as Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Prabhu, and Ishvara Puri. Ishvara Puri happened to be the spiritual master of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So let us offer our respectful obeisances to Ishvara Puri, Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu, Sri Vas Pandit, and Sri Gadadhar Pandit. Next, let us offer our respectful obeisances to Surup Damodar, who acted as the private secretary to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And let us offer our respectful obeisances to Sri Vasudev Datta and the constant attendant of Lord Chaitanya, Sri Govinda, and the constant friend of Lord Chaitanya, Mukunda, and also to Murari Gupta. And let us offer our respectful obeisances to the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. Krishna himself has explained in the Bhagavad Gita that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Who is Krishna? And that whenever there are discrepancies in the regulative principles of a man's religious life and a prominence of irreligious activities, he appears on this earthly planet. In other words, when Lord Sri Krishna appeared, there was a necessity of minimizing the load of sinful activities accumulated on this planet or in this universe. For affairs in the material creation, Lord Mahavishnu, the plenary portion of Krishna, is in charge. Thus, when the Lord descends, the incarnation emanates from Vishnu. Mahavishnu is the original cause of the material creation, and from him, Garbhodakshay Vishnu expands, and then Kshirodakshay Vishnu. Pop quiz, are you ready? Yes. Who is the original cause of the material creation? Okay, 50 points to everybody. Very good. Not many people know that. If you went door to door here in Silicon Valley and asked everybody who was the original cause of material creation, what do you think they'd say? They'd say, get out of here. Okay, thus when the Lord descends, the incarnation emanates from Vishnu. Mahavishnu is the original cause of the material creation. And from him, Garbhodakshay Vishnu expands, and then Kshirodakshay Vishnu. Generally, all the incarnations appearing within this material universe are plenary expansions from Kshirodakshay Vishnu. Therefore, the business of minimizing the overload of sinful activities on this earth does not belong to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna himself. But when Krishna appears, all the Vishnu expansions join with him. You ready for another quiz? Yeah. True or false? Krishna is responsible for removing the demons from the planet. 50 points to all my friends. But when Krishna appears, all the Vishnu expansions join with him. Krishna's different expansions, namely Narayan, the quadruple expansion of Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and as well as partial plenary expansions like the incarnation of fish and the Yuga avatar incarnations for the millennium and the Manvantar avatar incarnations associated with the reigns of the Manus, all combine together and appear within the body of 50 more points to everybody. The Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna is the complete whole. And thus, all plenary expansions and incarnations always live with him. Quiz, you ready? Yes. Where do all the incarnations of Krishna live? 50 points to all my friends. You guys are getting points like anything. Therefore, when Krishna appeared, Lord Vishnu was with him. Krishna actually appears in order to demonstrate his Vrindavan pastimes and in this way attract the fortunate conditioned souls and invite them back home, back to Godhead. The killing of the demons in Vrindavan was carried out only by the Vishnu portion of Krishna. The Lord's abode is described in the Bhagavad Gita, 8th chapter, 20th verse, where it is stated that there is another eternal nature, the spiritual sky, which is transcendental to this manifested and non-manifested matter. For 100 points, take the microphone and quote the verse in Sanskrit. 100 points. Think what you could do with that. Where's the microphones?
I remember we did this that one day in another
Okay, do you remember the verse? Who's got it? Where's all my pundits tonight? You want clues? Okay, I'll give you a clue. Get ready. It's described in the Bhagavad Gita, 8th chapter, 20th verse, where it is stated that there is another eternal nature, the spiritual sky. So it's better there. And what's the word in Sanskrit for better? Hey, give him the mic. You're ready now. Paras tasmat tubhavonyo vyaktat sanatanaha yaksak sarveshu bhuteshu nashyatsu na vinashyati. 100 points to everybody. What's going on here tonight? I don't get it. I don't know what's happening. Okay, the manifested world can be seen in the form of many stars and planetary systems such as the sun and the moon. Somebody go outside and see if you see any stars or anything. Who's a volunteer? Okay, go, quick. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It's all you. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Tell us what manifestations you saw outside. Which part of the universal form? Describe it to us.
I just saw the sky outside with some clouds. There were no stars at all.
Now you saw sky, you saw clouds. Describe it in terms of Krishna's universal form.
It was blue like how Krishna looks when
That's
his divine
nice.
form.
Yeah, what about the clouds? Which part of the universal form are the clouds?
I felt like the clouds would be part of like other reincarnations because there's so many of them.
That's pretty good. That's very innovative. How about from the Bhagavatam? Who knows what the clouds are on the universal form? Okay, who knows how to look it up without using an electronic device?
He knows.
Huh? You know?
Clouds are buttons.
Yes! 105 points. The clouds are the hair on his head. Okay, so now the manifested world can be seen in the form of many stars and planetary systems, such as the sun and the moon. Let's give him a big hand for going outside and exploring. Come on. He went all the way out. That's it. If that's all you're going to do, nobody's going to go outside anymore. Just try it one more time. 1, 2, 3, go. All right. The manifested world can be seen in the form of many stars and planetary systems, such as the sun and moon. You know, when there's no moon in the sky and there's no lights from the city, the stars are so bright they'll knock you over. When we were just traveling recently, we were in a place where the moon was not in the sky and there was no lights from any other source. And it's so bright that it knocks you backwards and you realize that you're in a very diverse universe. Maybe I'll get past this sentence. Who knows? And beyond that non-manifested matter is the spiritual kingdom. Okay, I'm going to have to take 50 points off from everybody. That kingdom is described in the Bhagavad Gita as supreme and eternal, never to be annihilated. This material nature is subjected to repeated creation and annihilation, but that part, the spiritual nature, remains as is eternal. Ready for a quiz? Yes. Silicon Valley is eternal. It's going to be the same way it is right now in 1,000 years. True or false? Really? Oh, that's disappointing. Okay. That kingdom is described in Bhagavad Gita as supreme and eternal, never to be annihilated. This material nature is subjected to repeated creation and annihilation. But that part, the spiritual nature remains as it is eternally. And now everybody sit up straight again. So for the next 1 minute and 30 seconds, we're going to practice the special art of mantra meditation. Are you ready? So if you don't have beads with you, you can count on your hands. Hold up your right hand like this and put your thumb on the middle section of your ring finger. Now move it down to the bottom segment of your ring finger. Now move it to the bottom segment of your little finger. Now the middle segment. Now the top segment of your little finger. Is everybody with me so far? Good. Okay, top segment of your ring finger. Top segment of your middle finger. Top segment of your index finger. Middle segment of your index finger. And bottom segment of your index finger. Now let's count. Start over. Krishna 1, Krishna 2, Krishna 3, Krishna 4, Krishna 5, Krishna 6, Krishna 7, Krishna 8, Krishna 9, Krishna 10. Okay, now we're going to practice together doing japa meditation. And so we're going to do 10 mantras together, chanting japa. Okay? But we'll start with Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Now close your eyes. Japa is good. Who agrees? Okay. 3 volunteers. Why japa is good? You can open your eyes now. Okay, you start. Why is japa good?
Japa is good because you get help from Krishna whatever you need.
Oh, I like that. That's very nice. Okay. Why is japa good? Okay. We'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's it. Go.
Well, in Kali Yuga, Krishna says that chanting is one of the only ways to please him in Kali Yuga.
Very good. Okay. Who is next?
So like when you think about like when you're chanting, so like when you're hearing the mantra and you're
Oh,
thinking about Krishna.
wait, I forgot. There's a rule. We can't, which words can't we use? You can't use like when you answer a question. No like, what's the other one? No and no you know. Like, and you know. Okay, go ahead, start over. No likes. Unless it's part of the sentence. No added likes, like no added sugar. Go.
So when we're doing japa, when we think of Krishna, then we like then we get indulged and we start thinking of Krishna a lot. So even when we start we stop doing japa, we're still thinking about Krishna because he was in our mind for a lot of time, so he's going to be in our mind for most like the other time too. So
Well done. Okay, who's next? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Okay, go.
So like
Japa is good because
japa is good because whenever you're like angry or something.
no likes,
Oh.
no ums, no buts, no ahs, no you knows. Go.
Japa is good because you can always remember Krishna in times when you are angry. And when you're angry, japa cools you down by making not your adrenaline cortex think, but your normal cerebral cortex to think instead. Which
Are you in medical school by any chance?
No. Because whenever you're using whenever you don't think when you're angry, but japa cools you down, and as it cools you down, you start to think more calmly and make smarter decisions with Krishna.
You could go either way. Psychology could be good too. Very nice. That's very nice points you made. Thank you.
Japa is good because when you do japa or when I do japa, then I feel like I'm talking with Krishna. We are having the conversation. We are both friends and we're talking together.
Very nice. Conversational japa.
When you do japa, you are asking Krishna how you can solve a tough problem. And Krishna answers a question by cooling you down, as he said. And when you cool down, you tend to make smarter decisions than the decisions you were making before you did japa.
Very good. We're going to have to start a psychology department here. Okay, last point. Oh, we missed you. We'll come back. We'll make you last. Okay, you go next. You're the penultimate. Go.
So japa is good because we can like interact with Krishna.
No like, no you know, no
Japa is good because you can interact with Krishna. It's a way you can interact with Krishna and you get closer to Krishna as well.
I like that. Last one. Who was last?
Japa is good because it might make you spiritual, like more spiritual.
Very nice. I like that. Very nice. Thanks for joining Japa Time. And now, who's doing the Isha Upanishad? What? What am I going to do? Chant the Isha Upanishad? We're going to recite the verses? Yeah? Shri Isha Upanishad. But pay attention. So we have a game related to Shri Isha Upanishad afterwards. Is that good or what? But you have to sit like yogis and really belt it out. I want Silicon Valley to feel the vibration of the Shri Isha Upanishad from this youth jam tonight. Okay? Let's make, what do you say we make Silicon Valley a better place? What do you think? Let's put the vibration of the Shri Isha Upanishad out. You ready? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate Ishavasyam Idam Sarvam Yatkincha Jagatyam Jagat Tena Tyaktena Bunjita Magrida Kasya Swithanam Kurvane Veha Karmani Jijivishakshatam Samaha Evam Tvainanyate Tosti Nakarma Lipyate Nare Asurya Namate Loka Andena Tamasavritaha Namste Pritya Bigachat Yeke Chatma Manojanaha Anejadekam Manaso Javiyo Naina Deva Apnuvan Purvamarshat Davato Jnanityeti Tishtat Tasmina Pumatarishva Dadati Tadejati Tanaijati Tadure Tadvantike Tadantarasya Sarvasya Tadhu Sarvasyasya Bhayataha Yastu Sarvani Bhutani Atmanyevanupashyati Sarva Bhuteshu Chatmanam Tato na Vijagupsate Yasmin Sarvani Bhutani Atmaivad Budvijanataha Tatra ko mohaka shoka Ekadvam anupashyataha Saparyagat shukram akayam avranam Asnaviram shudhama papa vidham Kavir manishi paryabhu swayambhur Yathatyathortan yadadashasvatibhyah samabhyah Andam tama pravishyanti ye vidyamupasate Tato bhuhya ivate tamo ya uvidyayam rataha Anyareva hurvidyaya Anyarahura vidyaya Iti shushru madhiranam Yenasta vichuchakshire Vidyam cha yas Tadvedo bhayam saha Avidyayam rityum tirtva Vidyayam ritumashnuте Andantama pravishyanti Ye sambhuti mupasate Tato bhuhya ivate tamo Ya usambhutyam rataha Anyareva husambhavad Anyarahura sambhavad Iti shushru madhiranam Yenastad vichuchakshire Sambhuting cha vinasham cha Yastad vedo bhayam saha Vinashena mrityum tirtva Sambhutyam ratum ashnute Hiranmayena patrena Satyasya pihitam mukham Tatvam pushan napavranu Satya dharmaya drishtaye Pushan nikarshe yama surya prajapatya Vyuharashmin samuha Tejo yate rupam kalyanatamam Tate pashyami yosavasau purushasohamasmi Vayuranilam amritam Atedam basmantam shariram Om Krato Smara Kritam Smara Krato Smara Kritam Smara Agnenaya Supatarayasman Vishvani Deva Vayunani Vidvan Yu Yodyasmaj Juharanameno Uyishtante Nama Uktim Bedema Shri Ishupanishad Sampurnam Hare Om. It was the verse 17 probably. Okay.
Hare Krishna, everyone. We have 2 fun activities coming up, and the first one leads into the other. So, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So our first activity, we're going to be doing some vocabulary. So we can pull up the slides for that. So we'll be going over 2 vocabulary words today, and you'll have to remember them for the next activity, so keep them in mind. So the first vocabulary word we have is impetus. Can everyone say impetus?
Impetus.
So the root of impetus, it comes from the early 15th century, and it comes from impetus, rapid movement rush from the 1640s, and it also comes from a word that means force with which a body moves, driving force, from Latin, an attack, assault, rapid motion, and impulse, violence, vigor, force, figuratively, ardor, passion, to attack, from assimilated form of in, into, in, on, upon. And the definition for impetus is the force or energy with which a body moves, the force that makes something happen or happen more quickly. So one example sentence would be, seeing others serve gave me the impetus to do service as well. And our next word.
Okay, so our second word is dormant. Can everyone say dormant?
Dormant.
Okay, so dormant comes from the late 14th century, fixed in place, from Old French dormant. Present participle of dormir, to sleep, from Latin. Dormir, to sleep, from the Proto-Indo-European root. Drem, to sleep. Source also of Old Church, Slavonic, dermert, to sleep, doze, and Greek idrathon, I slept. Sanskrit from drati, sleeps, meaning in a resting situation, lying down with the head on the forepaws. In heraldry of beasts, in from 1500, meaning sleeping, asleep, is from 1620s, and general sense of in a state of rest or inactivity is from the 1600s, of volcanoes from 1760. And 2 sentences. So the first one is, the toy robot stays dormant until you press the button. And the second sentence is, reading the Bhagavad Gita can awaken our dormant love for God.
Now we'll be moving into interactive activity to see if you understood the words. So what is this one on the screen? Dormant or impetus? Dormant. Okay, good job. Second one. This one. Dormant? Okay. This one? Okay, good job, good job. So now, just to make sure that everyone's understanding and recollecting the vocabulary, please come up with a sentence that uses either of the words from today. So you can, okay, Shriyan, please.
In cricket, hitting the ball with the bat gives the ball impetus to go forward.
That's a good one. Any more? Oh, Tulsi.
I went to the library and they gave me impetus to read.
Oh, that's awesome. Go ahead.
Coming to the temple gave me the impetus to chant.
Okay, now let's do some for dormant. Go ahead.
The volcano is dormant.
Naina Manjri.
We are dormant when we're sleeping.
Yeah.
I was dormant before starting to do book distribution.
Okay, last one. Since you already went, let's get one from there.
Krishna uses the impetus of happiness to awaken our dormant spiritual selves.
Thank you, everyone. Now, keep these words in mind as we move into our second activity, which will be led by Anshu.
Hare Krishna. So now we will be doing the aforementioned game related to Sri Ishopanishad. So here's how the game works. Everyone is going to find a partner, which can conveniently be the person sitting right next to you. And you're going to decide, one of you is going to be pretending to be a newcomer, and one of you is going to be a devotee. On the next slide, we have a few, we can go back to the previous slide for now. But we have a few Ishopanishad verses for you to choose from. And if you're the newcomer, here's the scenario you're going to play out. I've just come across one of your books, and I came across this verse. I don't understand what this means. I want you to help me understand. And now you as the devotee, you're going to explain this verse to someone as if they have no understanding of Krishna consciousness. And so one thing that's important is to not use jargon or unfamiliar terms that someone who's unaccustomed to Krishna consciousness would know. But if you want to use a term, you can explain it before using it. And then you as the newcomer, you're going to hear the explanation and then ask follow-up questions. We're going to do this for a few minutes, and then we're going to give some of you the opportunity to come up and then do it again in front of everyone. Bonus points if you use the vocab words impetus or dormant. Okay, we can go to the next slide. Here are the 3 verses you get to choose from. If you are the devotee, you can tell the newcomer, this is what I want you to ask me. So we let you do that, so you can pick whichever verse you like. If you finish early, you can also switch turns or go to another verse.
Any questions?
Any questions? Okay, no questions. Okay, so you can find a person next to you and then start doing the activity. Yes, there's a question.
So the newcomer will say, can you explain me verse 2?
Yes. The newcomer will say, I don't understand this verse. Let's say I don't understand mantra 2. Can you help me understand this verse? Yes. What if there's an even amount of people? Uneven. Oh, if there's an... okay. If there's an uneven amount, you can form a group of 3. That's okay. Any other questions? Okay, you can get started. We'll call you back in a few minutes. Yeah. Okay.
Hare Krishna, 1 minute left. 1 minute left.
Haribo! If you can hear me, raise your hand. If you can hear me, raise your hand. If you can hear me, say shh.
Okay, thank you everyone for participating. Now we're going to ask for a few volunteers. What's going to happen is, if you're interested in volunteering, then you and your partner, you can come up and then reenact the whole conversation. So pretend as if, one of you pretends as if you're a newcomer, and the other person will explain. We're going to limit it to only one follow-up question. So if you're the newcomer, the person will explain to you, then you only get to ask one question. Okay.
Okay, we'll start with you two.
Hi, Prabhuji. Could you please explain me Mantra 3? I don't understand it very well.
I don't also understand it.
Oh. Okay. Then could you Okay, then could you please help me understand Mantra 1?
Okay, so everything is controlled by Krishna. So for example, if you see a chocolate there and you really want a chocolate, you shouldn't take it because it's not yours. So and it's like someone else's. So and everything, it's also Krishna's. So we should not accept other things, as it says. So we should only take what is necessary for ourselves. So for example, if we want more food than needed, we shouldn't take it because like there are a lot of people without food and they need food too. So we should take only what is necessary.
So what if you take food but then you donate that to like, I don't know, the temple or something?
Then you can take more food.
What if like you like take a gift? Is it the same? What if you take a gift from someone?
Then you can give it to someone. For example, if the gift is like a book, then you can give it to someone. If it's a conch shell for Krishna, then maybe you can keep it.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay.
Thank you so much. We'll have a couple more groups. Kunjri and? Who wants to go with Kunjri? Oh, Kunjri and Geetavali.
So when they say in mantra 3, they say the killer of the soul. I don't get it because you can't kill the soul.
You make a really good point, Kunjri. I think in this verse, it's not talking about actually killing the soul, but more of a figurative sense. It's like when a plant's in the sun, it gets light and it thrives and it grows. But when you take it out of the sun, it slowly wilts and eventually dies. And although the soul doesn't die, if we take the soul away from the association of devotees and Krishna, it'll slowly wilt. And that's what this verse is talking about when it says the soul is killed.
Thank you so much. Any more volunteers? I saw Priya Kishori's hand up in the back. Yeah, come up. Haribol.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Okay.
2 or whatever.
Why are we sitting down?
Oh.
2 or 3? I don't know what 2 is. We'll do 3. Hi. We were talking about mantra 3 and I read it, but I was kind of worried. Why were we talking about killer of the soul? It just seems very scary words.
Good question. So when we look at this verse, it actually seems a little scary to think about. And sometimes these words are used to accentuate what is being said to highlight a point about how severe something could be. And if you look at the nature of us as souls, we're eternally happy, we're eternally blissful, knowledgeable, and that is our nature. However, when we stray away from that nature, whoever we may be, which establishes, that this can apply to anybody, you, me, anyone, we naturally place ourselves away from our true nature, so which is darkness. And when we are away from the light, we are placed into darkness, and we enter into the worlds of the faithless, just like other people. This doesn't necessarily mean that we kill the soul. It just means that we're taking away from its eternal nature and its constitutional position, and taking away the impetus to be happy, natural impetus to be happy.
That makes a lot of sense. What does impetus mean again?
It means the the force or the energy.
Thank you. Haribol. I'm liberated. Thank you.
Bonus points for Priya and Sharad. Haribol. Okay, go ahead. This will be our last one.
Hare Krishna, Arman. I was confused on verse 1. I kind of understood it, but could you go more in detail for me?
Okay, sure, no problem. Let's go through it sentence by sentence. First sentence. Everything animate or inanimate that is within the universe is controlled and owned by the Lord. Basically, everything animate. Animate is something that has life, something that has an impetus. And then everything inanimate. Inanimate is something that is dormant and that does not have life. That is within the universe, pretty basic, and is controlled and owned by the Lord. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, is the person who's controlling and who controls and owns everything. All these inanimate and animate objects are being controlled by Krishna. Okay, sentence 2. One should therefore accept only those things necessary for himself, which are set aside as his quota, and one should not accept other things, knowing well to whom they belong. This sentence kind of ties into the first one. First of all, one should therefore accept only things necessary for himself. We shouldn't be greedy and try to take other objects. We should only take what we truly need to thrive in spiritual success. And the second part, which are set aside as his quota, and one should not accept other things, knowing well to whom they belong to. So in the first sentence, it talked about how all these inanimate and animate objects were controlled and owned by the Lord. So therefore, us human beings, us souls, should not take whatever more than what we need, because we know that they belong to Krishna.
But why shouldn't we go and get into greed?
Well, greed is a bad habit. Greed is a very bad habit. Let's say someone gave you $1 million and then some other person stole it because they were greedy. How would that make you feel?
Irritated.
Exactly. So if we take more than we need, then how do you think Krishna will feel? Will Krishna feel irritated?
No. Krishna doesn't feel irritated by many things.
But still, we shouldn't take as much as we need, because greed is a very bad habit. And if we get into taking things from other people, then that can decrease our spiritual success in life, and instead of increasing it by only taking what we're supposed to have.
Thank you, Armand.
Thank you so much for participating in the activity. And now we will learn from the best. How should we actually explain these verses? On to you, Maharaj.
I've always felt that these first two verses solve all our problems. Mainly when I become attached to what doesn't belong to me, I have a constant sense of anxiety. And these verses really release that sense of anxiety. But one may still be left wanting, because just renouncing what's here in the world may also make me feel incomplete. And the two verses therefore go together, because if one knows to whom everything belongs and we engage it in his service, that is Krishna's, then we'll feel aligned and perfectly happy. An example that Prabhupada gave was, if you see somebody drop $100, you can leave it on the ground, which is similar to renouncing the world, or you can pick it up and keep it yourself, which is a kind of stealing, and which is the point of the verse that says, don't take more than your quota. Or you can give it back. And if you give it back to Krishna and give everything back to him, then you don't become entangled in the world. And that's what it means, that you can go on living for hundreds of years, because there's no friction for that person. And when I first read The Killer of the Soul, that also was a very heavy statement, and I like what some of you said about how it's to emphasize what a great opportunity we have in the human form of life, and how catastrophic it is when we're not able to take advantage of it. It's also a reminder that we learn many verses, but if we take even one of them to heart and just apply even one line, we'll notice immediately that there's reciprocation from Krishna. Thank you, everyone, for imbibing the Sri Upanishad. It's the first book that Prabhupada put out after the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. He obviously wanted everyone to have it in the world. And although we distribute Sri Upanishad, it's important that everybody knows it. So please learn all the verses. Okay? Say yes. Yes. Learn all the translations. Okay? And learn all the purports. Yes. Doesn't mean you have to memorize them, but you should be conversant with them. Do you agree? Yes. How long do you have? You can do it throughout your life. Read it regularly, keep it with you. Do you have a copy? Anybody here not have a copy of Sri Upanishad, your personal copy? Raise your hand if you don't have a personal copy. 1, 2. That's it? Everyone else has a personal copy. 3, 4, 5. See me afterwards. I'll give you a personal copy of Sri Upanishad. Anybody who raised their hand. If you didn't raise your hand and you don't have a personal copy, you just missed out. Anyway, you know who you are that you raised your hand, so you can come up afterwards. I'll give you a copy of Sri Upanishad. Namo Namo Tulsi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namo Microphones. Radha Krishna Seva Pabo E Abhilashi Namo Namo Tulsi Krishna Yasi Namo Namo Yasi Namo Jeto Dina Krishna Dasika.
Sri Radha Govinda Preme Dadare Navase
Sri Radha Govinda Preme Sara. Yani Kani Chapapani Rama Kali Kani Chapapani Hare Krishna. Srinavare. Here. Yani Kani. Yani Kani Chapapani Rama Kali Kani Tani Tani Nashanti. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Jiverakaran. It's coming, it's coming. Sharabanjan he, Sharabanjan he. Sharabanjan he, Sharabanjan he. Savaragnyai by Magi Ebika. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Guru Krishna Shika. Aparara Shino Loho Krishna. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dana Pran. Krishna Samsara Koro Chari Anachar. Jive Doya Krishna Nam Sarvadharma Sar. It's our mission statement. Jive Doy Krishna Nam Sarvadharma Sar. Lord Chaitanya said, the ultimate religion is to show mercy to the fallen souls of this world by liberally giving the holy name wherever we go. Nadi Agodume Nityananda Mahajan Patiache Nam Hat Jiverakaran. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Nitai Gaura Premanande. Pre-Kishore, did you cue your tape that you made? Is it ready to go? 2 minutes, that's a lot. Okay, we have some time, 2 minutes, for some reflections. It's really important to share what you're going through in your lives. It's a few hands. Okay. Start. Go.
So me and my dad my dad was asking me a question, do I believe in the afterlife? I said yes. And then he's confused because he's thinking about some things about the afterlife because my grandmother unfortunately passed away in 2019, and then he imagines her coming in his room sometimes, and then he also imagines like God coming in his room, not Krishna specifically, but any God like Lord Shiva or Lord Vishnu as well. And then he was asking me, how do I prove that the afterlife exists? So I wanted your thoughts on it so I could help him understand more.
Well, how do you prove that you exist now, and what will you accept as proof? Is a good place to start when somebody asks for proof of something is, what will we take as proof? And in the Bhagavad Gita, just to give a very logical point that Krishna makes, he says, Dehinosmin yata dehe komaran yovanam jara tata deha param paptir dhiras tatra namuyati, which is that you don't have to wait for the afterlife to see that you're changing your bodies. So Krishna says, be astute and notice that you've changed your body already from a fetus to a baby body to a child's body and then to an older body. And although you accept them all as one, the Bhagavatam says they're not, in the same way that you can't step in the same river twice. Starting with the premise that you're not your body is a good place to help establish that the afterlife simply means that we remain when the body's changing. And the final change just happens to be when the body gets unsustainable. It's untenable at a certain point. And this, what is it? Cerebral cortex? What's the other one? Anyway, they stop firing, and the soul can't use the body anymore and moves on to another one. Yes? Okay, just before we do a couple more reflections, we have a word from our sponsor, coming from the beginning of creation. Okay, go. Start. Roll the tape, and let's chant along. It's a 4-minute rendition of the Purusha Sukta. You ready?
Sahasrakshas sahasrapat sabhumim vishvato vritva atyatishtat dashangulam purusha evedagum sarvam yat bhutam yat cha bhavyam.
Start it over, and also slow it down by 25. It can't be stopped. Once the Purusha starts, it's like a Brahmastra. One way that I've noticed that is helpful for learning these stotrams is to slow them down by about 0.25. Hare Krishna, or you can just chant Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Sahasrashirsha Purushaha Sahasrakshas sahasrapat sabhumim vishvato vritva atyatishtat dashangulam purusha evedagum sarvam yat bhutam yat cha bhavyam Utamritartvasyeşanah yadannenatirohati etavanasya mahima atojyayagishta purushaha padosya vishwabhutani Tripadasyaamritam divi Tripadurdhva udait purushaha Padosyeha bhavat punaha Tato vishvam vyakramate Sashana nashane abhi Tasmaat viradajayata virajo adhipurushaha sajato atyarichyata paschat bhumimatho puraha yat purushena havisha Deva yajnamatanvata वसन्तो अस्यासीदाज्यम् ग्रीष्म इद्मः शरद्भविः सप्तास्यासन् परिधयः त्रिसप्तसमिधः कृताः देवायद्यज्ञम् तन्वानाः अबध्नन् पुरुषम् पशुम् तं यज्ञम् बर्हिषि प्रोक्षन् पुरुषम् जातमग्रतः तेन देवा अयजन्त साध्या ऋषयश्च ये तस्मात् यज्ञात् सर्वहुतः संहृतं पृषदाज्यम् पशुस्तागश्चक्रे वायव्यान् आरण्यान् ग्राम्याश्च ये तस्मात् यज्ञात् सर्वहुतः ऋचः सामानि जज्ञिरे छन्दागुंसि जज्ञिरे तस्मात् यजुस्तस्मादजायत तस्मादश्वा अजायन्त एके चोभयादतः गावो हजज्ञिरे तस्माज्जाता अजावयः यत्पुरुषं व्यदधुः प्रतिधा व्यकल्पयन् मुखं किमस्य कौ बाहू का भूरोपादाबुच्येते ब्राह्मणोऽस्य मुखमासीत् बाहुराजन्यः कृतः ऊरो तदस्य यद्वैश्यः पद्भ्यागुं शूद्रो अजायत चन्द्रमा मनसो जातः चक्षोः सूर्यो अजायत मुखादिन्द्रश्चाग्निश्च प्राणाद्वायुरजायत नाभ्या आसीदन्तरिक्षम् शीर्ष्णोद्यौ समवर्तत पद्भ्यां भूमिर्दिशश्रोत्रात् तथा लोकागुम् अकल्पयन् वेदाहमेतं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसस्तु पारे सर्वाणि रूपाणि विजित्य धीरः नामानि कृत्वाभिवदन् यदास्ते धाता पुरस्ताद्यमुदा जहार शक्रः प्रविद्वान् प्रदिशश्च तस्रः तमेवं विद्वानमृत इह भवति नान्यः पन्था अयनाय विद्यते यज्ञेन यज्ञमयजन्त देवाः तानि धर्माणि प्रथमान्यासन् ते हनाकं महिमानः सचन्ते यत्र पूर्वे साध्याः सन्ति देवाः
Hare Om. So next time we have an Abhishek, we can chant the Purushukta. Okay? Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Shri Panchatattva, Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Shri Lakshmana Shringadev. If you so desire, please bring our attention again and again back to your service so we can properly use every day in your service, making for a complete lifetime in service at your lotus feet, to achieve the ultimate goal of life, to remember you as we transition from this life to the next. And we can join you again in eternal loving service wherever you choose. Thank you for considering our request. Om Tat Sat. Everyone agrees with this prayer in whole or in part. Please unmute and say Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpadurusha, kripa sindhave, vacha patitanam pavanebhyo,